Welcome back to my channel. Excuse the lighting, it's a little weird because it's just like dark and gloomy here. It's supposed to snow today, and it's kind of like that all the time during this season, so it's kind of hard to get it on a day when it's sunny and not like that. So you guys really liked my Cobra Kai season 5 predictions and like theories and hopes video, so I thought I would do another one for one of my other favorite shows, which is 911 Lone Star. Season 4 is coming out on January 24th, so I thought I would just like share with you my little like predictions and breakdowns sort of thing. I have a lot of fun doing these videos because I love like TV shows and movies and books, just like media, and like analyzing it and just like predicting stuff and seeing if I'm right and all that stuff. And I also just like to share my excitement with people. So I am wearing my 911 like OG show sweatshirt. I did order a 911 Lone Star one and a shirt. Like I ordered a sweatshirt and a shirt, but they're not going to be here for like another week or whatever, so this is as on theme as I can get. This one says Buckley on the back for Mr. Evan Buckley, who is my favorite character from the original show. I also do love Maddie, so I get to like doubly represent. So yeah, so with that being said, let's just like hop right into it. I guess let's talk about the elephant in the room. Just kidding. My favorite ship, Tarlos. TK and Carlos. So like their story I feel like is what I know the most about for season 4 and what I have the most predictions for season 4. I think that's kind of like that for everybody because it's like kind of their season. Like obviously spoiler alert for the past seasons if you haven't seen them is enacted now, but they're engaged now, they're fiancés. I know their wedding is happening in season 4, at least that's what I think Ronan said, and I know it's happening towards the end, I believe, which is very exciting because, well, one, it's the Tarlos wedding, but also because I know they're gonna have like a conflict within like the first 1 or 2 episodes within the like season 4. So knowing that they get married towards the back half of this season, you know it's gonna get resolved. Like it's nothing too bad. We don't have to go through another breakup era, thank God. So yeah, so with that being said, I know episode 4 is Ronan's like all-time favorite and it airs on Valentine's Day, so I think that is the episode where TK and Gabriel, which is Carlos's dad if you don't know, look for Carlos. I don't know if he like goes missing or my prediction is that he like goes missing because he gets caught up in something that like with his job, like investigating something that he's not supposed to, and I think that's tied to the secret that Carlos has to tell TK that he doesn't know about, and that like he gets all worried and everything. I think that secret's gonna come out in like the first episode, maybe towards the end, either the first or second episode, and then I think Iris is either going to be in the first or second episode. I'm kind of thinking maybe the first episode because I think that shot in the trailer of Carlos carrying that girl is him carrying Iris. It's not like confirmed and it's kind of hard to tell, but I think it is. And then I know that she like has a little like dinner with TK and Carlos to like celebrate their engagement. So my kind of prediction is that he like gets involved with something because of her, because she like needs help or asks him to or whatever, because she's kind of I don't want to say like a danger magnet, but all we know about her in the show is like that she was kind of, you know, she was missing for like 3 years and she was caught up in some stuff. She looks to be doing really good, so I'm actually really excited that she's coming back for this season because I always felt like that story was unfinished, obviously because it was, but I'm very excited to get an update, see how she's doing, and just have hopefully a happier end to her story. I know finding her alive was happy, but like finding her alive and like still separated from her family was sad, so hopefully we'll get to see her like being happy and like just in a better place than where we left her. So and we've never seen her interact with anyone really but Michelle and her mom, so I'm really excited to see her interact with Carlos and like interact with TK, also because like I think Iris is closer to Carlos's age, so I'm assuming, this is just my guess, is that like Carlos was kind of more Iris's friend and then him and Michelle became really close after she went missing. or he's like, they were family friends, either or. But I'm kind of hoping we get more background on that. And I love getting background on like Carlos and like his life and everything, because we don't get enough background on him. And I always love everything we learn, which kind of brings me to just like Carlos in general. Yeah, so obviously we're gonna have that conflict, and then I think they're gonna work it out pretty fast, obviously, and then TK is gonna find Carlos and he's gonna be hurt and all that stuff's gonna happen towards the first half of the season, and then obviously they're gonna work it out, and towards the second half of the season is gonna be like the Tarlos wedding. But for Carlos as a character, I'm hoping that this means that we get to see more of his like detective side and detective skills. I'm really hoping that they bring up him like actually seriously wanting to take the detective exam, because it was mentioned a few times last season. He was complimented on his detective skills many times last season, and I love Detective Carlos. Like, one, he's a good detective, like he's solved many cases, but also I love all of the storylines and the arcs with Carlos like doing detective work and like doing his police work, so I really hope we get more of that this season. Obviously I love TK and Carlos and Tarlos together, but I love seeing like Carlos have his own storylines that don't have anything to do with TK, even though I love TK, because Carlos is an interesting character and I love Carlos as a character in and of himself, and he's a very talented cop slash detective, so I want to see him progress in his career and see more of that. So that's my hopes for Carlos and Tarlos this season. As far as TK is concerned, I don't know what his storylines are going to be outside of Carlos. Like, all I know is about the Tarlos. And yeah, I mean, that's all I pretty much know. I kind of hope that we get more TK and Judd like brotherly scenes, because I feel like that relationship was like so strong in season 1, and we've seen like little hints of it here and there. There were like some scenes in season 2, but I feel like ever since TK became a paramedic, we haven't seen as much of him and Judd's like brotherly bond, and I always thought it was so cute. So I'm kind of hoping we get more of that this season. There is a little still of Judd and TK like together, and there's pictures of Judd and Grace in the tar loft, so I'm hoping that that means that we'll get some more like TK and Judd scenes and some more Grace and Carlos scenes, because I live for Grace and Carlos's bestieism. That episode with them working on that case was one of my favorite episodes. It's like one of the best episodes ever, so I live for that. So I'm hoping that we'll get more of that, and that we'll get more of like maybe like TK and Carlos like babysitting Charlie, like Uncle Tarlos, you know. So that's what I'm hoping for them. Yeah, and I think that's probably what's gonna happen based on the pictures. I'm trying to think like what other predictions I had for the other characters. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about Liv Tyler coming back, but because I know she kind of couldn't get back during COVID, but seeing as Iris is coming back, I'm assuming we'll at least get like mentions of her, or maybe we'll get like a FaceTime call or something, like maybe something that Liv Tyler could have done like not being on set. Who knows? It would be fun to just see that again, because she was, her character, obviously she was such a big part of season 1, so it would be fun to just see like that storyline kind of come to a close and like kind of see what she's been up to, but like we'll see. What else? Oh, okay, speaking of like relationships, I really want to see more of like Owen and TK's like father-son bond, because that was one of the things that made season 1 of Lone Star so good and so magical, was just like the love between TK and, I almost said Carlos, the love between that too, but the love between TK and Owen, and like just how much he was willing to sacrifice to save his son, and like how much TK idolized him. And they obviously still have a like decent relationship and they're close, but since like TK has moved out and obviously his focus is Carlos, and now they don't work together anymore because he's a paramedic and he works under Tommy, which I do love that, and I love Tommy, but we'll get to that. I feel like we haven't seen quite as much of TK and Owen's like familial bond, and seeing as like Gwen's not around anymore, which is really upsetting. It would be nice to get some more like TK and his dad scenes. Also, I feel like they have a little bit of healing to do, given everything that's happened just over the course of the show. I feel like they're kind of due for like a bonding moment or like a conversation, so I kind of hope we get some of that. that's what makes Owen's character enjoyable, and that's what everyone loved about Owen's character in season 1, and I think they've kind of shied too far away from that, and they focus too much on like his love interest and like the womanizer aspect of it, and that's the part about Owen's character that people don't like. So I'm hoping they get back to the parts of his character that made us like him and the show in the first place, because he is still one of the main characters, and like it would be nice to feel more positively about him again. Not that I like don't like him, because like I like him fine, but I used to like him a lot more in season 1, and just like with the past seasons, like the past seasons after season 1, like season 2 and 3, he was so focused on himself and like the women he was dating, and he wasn't focused on TK, and like I don't know, I just like it kind of lost a little bit of that relationship and a little bit of like that character that made him so good. So I'm just hoping we get more of that character. That being said, I also hope we don't get any more like Owen love interest this season. I just think he needs to like take a break and like work on himself and his other relationships, because why are we spending all of this time to develop these love interests when the show doesn't intend for them to stay around? Like there were a few like funny scenes with the love interest, I get it, but like there was that whole Catherine thing, and they spent so long developing that relationship just to have them break up. And like, yeah, some of the episodes were funny, but I'm like, that screen time could have been better spent on our other characters that we already know and love. Because it's like, now if he gets another love interest that's like different from like if it's not Catherine coming back, because I've heard Catherine might come back and they might get back together, in which case like cool, then I guess like that development and that screen time wasn't wasted. But it's like, if they're not going to get back together and they're just going to keep bringing in different love interests, then I'm not going to get invested in these love interests. And like 911 kind of has a tendency to do that sometimes with its like male leads, where it will bring in just like a bunch of like female characters, and then it will like never work out, or like the fans won't like the character, so they'll get rid of the character and everything. And I just hate when shows do that, because it's like, I'm not going to get invested in these new characters because I don't think they're going to stay, you know? But I did like Catherine. I thought she was an interesting character, and she was a pretty like strong independent female, so I would not be opposed to her coming back. And like, I didn't hate her relationship with Owen, so like I wouldn't be opposed to her coming back. But other than that, I hope we don't get any more like Owen love interest, or like if Owen got with Tommy, which is like, I don't know if people even really ship that or not. I don't even know if I do. I go back and forth. I love their friendship. It would be kind of weird if they got together. I don't know. I really have mixed feelings about that, so I'm not even gonna address it in this video. And like, don't attack me in the comments, because I don't know how I feel about it, and I don't think anyone else knows how they feel about it. I'm trying to think what else. I don't really think I have any other predictions other than that I'm really excited that we're gonna get to see more of Carlos's background, and like that his parents are coming back and Iris is coming back. That's mostly what I know. I know someone's in the hospital, because one of the stills, everyone's in the hospital, but I have no idea who's in the hospital, because like Carlos is in the still, TK is in the still, Judd is in the still, like Nancy's in the still, and I think there were other pictures that showed like pretty much everyone else. So I don't know if I'm just forgetting something. I don't know who's gonna be in the hospital, so someone's gonna be in the hospital. But it's like, I can't tell how concerned everyone looks, so I don't know if it's going to be like something serious or what. So it'll be interesting to see what that is as well. Oh, that reminds me, the other show was like Owen getting a motorcycle, so I'm assuming he's going to be going through like a midlife crisis, which like will actually probably be kind of funny. But yeah, so, and then as far as like Paul and Marjan are concerned, I love their friendship. Again, that's another ship I'm like, I want them together, but I don't know if I do, because they have such a solid, good friendship, and it's so nice to see. I really go back and forth. Like, there's some ships that I'm just like, I don't know, like my only Lone Star ships that I really, really love are like Tarlos and then like Grace and Judd, because Grace and Judd are just like married goals. Like, if my husband doesn't love me the way Judd loves Grace, I don't want it. And then Tarlos is obviously Tarlos. They're perfect. I love them. But yeah, so I want to see more of their friendship, obviously, more of their relationship. I also kind of want, well, not kind of, it would be nice to have Marjan get like another, I don't know, more storylines. Give me more storylines for the ladies, for like Nancy and Marjan. Because I adore both of them and would like more storylines, obviously. And I feel like Nancy never really gets her own storylines, and Marjan kind of does, but they're usually tied with someone else's, I feel like, so it would be kind of nice. You know what I want to see? I want to see them have a storyline like together, like solving something together. I don't know. Get the girls together. Get like Grace Marjan and Nancy together, and Tommy. Let's get Tommy. Let's get all the girls and let's see them do something together. I don't know. It's so hard to make more predictions because I don't really know exactly what's going to be happening. Even the trailer, it's like kind of a good trailer in the sense that it doesn't give a lot away. At least it doesn't give a lot away for more than what's going to be in like the first episode. So as far as the whole season's concerned, I don't really know what we have in store. So, but that makes it more exciting to go into, honestly. I also hope we get to see Enzo this season. I know Ronan's been pushing for that, but it would be nice to put like a face to the name. And it would be nice to see what his relationship with TK is like, because he was with Gwen for a long time and he's like basically TK's stepdad, but also he never calls him that. And also seeing as like Jonah now, that's his like only living parent, it would be nice if he would like come down with Jonah and then like TK can see his brother. And you know, I just think that would be nice after Gwen, but we'll see. I know Ronan's I know Ronan's championing for that, so hopefully that occurs. As far as Nancy and Mateo are concerned, I cannot figure out how I feel about that relationship, so I don't know what I want to see for them in season 4. Like, it's cute, but I don't really care about it. Like, I could take it or leave it. Yeah, and I don't know. I guess I'm just excited to see more of the characters, but I really don't know what other predictions I have. Like, other than that, most of my predictions are kind of surrounding like Tarlos, because that's pretty much what's been promoted the most, I feel like, because they know their audience. But like, I just think everyone, like, I'm just so excited about the Tarlos engagement. I think everyone else is just so excited about that in the wedding that there's like, it's hard to see past that, obviously. But I'm excited to see what emergencies we have in store. We've got a TK and Gabriel team up. We've got like a mini Owen and Carlos team up, so that will be really fun. I loved the Owen and Carlos team up when they were looking for TK in season 2. So that would be nice. It'd also be cool if we have a reverse where TK's like, oh, like that's my father-in-law, basically, like Carlos did, to kind of like bring it full circle. That would be really cool. So I'm really excited to see this season. Lone Star just keeps getting better and better, honestly. Like, every season is like better than the last one. So yeah, I'm just looking forward to and hoping for more Fire Fam moments. Just more like, the thing I love about Lone Star is that there's such a good balance of seriousness, but also like happy scenes of just the 126 being a family, and those are so good. And there's just so many like episodes that are just genuinely like funny and have good scenes in them. So I obviously hope for more of those scenes as well, but I know we're gonna get that because 911 Lone Star, it never disappoints. Oh, I also hope I kind of hope we get another crossover. I didn't say this yet. I hope to see the characters from the original 911 show at TK and Carlos's wedding, especially because like TK and Buck are good friends, and like, you know, they all met during that stuff, so it would be nice to see them come out for the wedding. At the very least, Buck come out, but I'm assuming if they have Buck on, they'll have all the characters on. And Carlos and Athena solved a crime together and FaceTimed, so I would want Athena to come out too. So hopefully they all come out. I feel like there's a good possibility of that happening, but I haven't heard anything about it. But that would be the second half of the season anyways, and I know they just started filming today, January 11th, because Ronan posted that he was back to work. So I know they just started filming the back half today, so I'm assuming we'll get more information regarding that and more like spoiler pictures and videos. We can always count on Ronan, honestly, unless he's in spoiler jail, because he might be in spoiler jail. I also hope, see, I keep thinking of stuff. This is going to be such a chaotic video to edit. I also hope we get rings. Please, for the love of God, give Tarlos engagement rings. I know we're going to get wedding rings, but I want to see their engagement rings, and I think we're going to get that because they, in every still, they hide their like left hands, like I hope it's not the right, and I'm right with the left. I used to get confused when I was younger about which side, but anyways, they hide their hands a lot in the promotional stills. So listen, I'm not saying they're hiding the rings, but I think they're hiding the rings. And I think Ronan said we are gonna get rings, but don't quote me on that, I might be wrong. But yeah, also, Ronan has a lot of favorite episodes this season, and his favorite episodes are always very Tarlos heavy. And they're always very, I feel like, angst heavy, because I feel like as an actor, he likes to do, like, that work more. I know, like, one of his favorite episodes, like, ever, and one of his favorite pieces of work for him as an actor that he's ever done was episode 3x08, like season 3 episode 8, which is the one where, spoiler alert, again, there's a spoiler for this whole video, but the one where Gwen dies and they go to his funeral, and it deals with TK's addiction and him relapsing, and like the possibility of him wanting to relapse in the future after Gwen and everything. So seeing as Ronan has so many favorite episodes, I'm assuming that it's going to be kind of an angst heavy season, and also a Tarlos moment heavy season. I just feel like season 4 is Tarlos' season. Every season's kind of their season, but I feel like this season more than anything is Tarlos' season. So yeah, I think that's mostly my hopes and dreams. Please don't shatter them. Just kidding. I can literally always count on the show. It's like it's a great show. If you haven't watched it, I don't know why you're watching this video, but if you haven't watched it, you should definitely go watch it. It's on Hulu for me. I don't know what it's on for you guys. But yeah, definitely worth it. I'm obsessed with it. I think those are my main predictions. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see, like, well, one, more videos like this, doing like trailer and season predictions for shows, but also if you want to see like episode breakdowns or like character breakdowns or character studies or like stuff like that. I love doing videos like this, and it seems like you guys really like it. I would love to do reaction videos, but the copyright on YouTube with the clips and everything confuses me. So that's why I haven't done it, because I'm kind of confused how you do that without getting copyrighted, because I know the policies are like pretty strict, which is understandable. But so yeah, but I would definitely love to do like breakdowns and reviews and stuff like that, especially for the upcoming season. If you guys want me to just start doing it for every episode this season, I would be more than happy to do that. If there's other shows you guys want me to do something like that for, let me know what you want me to do and what shows they are. If I haven't seen the show, I'm always taking show recommendations, because I am currently, you know, looking for something to watch while I wait for Lone Star to come back. So if you guys have any show recommendations, let me know. But after that long-winded outro, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Comment down below what you guys are most looking forward to for season 4. Comment down below your favorite character, your favorite ship. I want all the info, all the information. And if you lasted this long in the video, leave a little like a fire truck emoji or like a fire helmet. I know they have one of, they've got some of those. I think they've got both of them in the emojis, so leave one of those. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys on Sunday with another video. Bye.